Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, after having our discussion on this transit of the planet Saturn in the Pisces sign and its transit over your natal planets, in this video, we will have our discussion on from Rahu's perspective. Like if you have any of the planets in the Aquarius sign and Rahu is going to be transiting over it, what kind of impact it is going to be bringing over there. Guys, I'm by myself so amused because in my case I have more than 4 planets in the Aquarius sign, and sometimes whatever I say it over here, I'm not planning to it. I just take the name of the god and I'm just talking with my interpretation, and when I'm editing the video, oh my god, I mentioned this as well, oh my god, it's gonna happen like this. So yeah, that's what we will be having our discussion on. And guys, just because now a lot of the people have been booking their reading with me, they are worried about and they are curious about from the transit point of view. So in certain cases, observing it or knowing it beforehand becomes so important, because if there is a overlap of the things. So let's say for example, I did a reading couple of days back over where the person is a Scorpio rising. In the 5th house, he has conjunction of Saturn and Rahu in the Pisces, in the 5th house. And he is also in the Mahadasha Antardasha of Saturn and Rahu. And we know that in the month of April, Saturn and Rahu are gonna be conjunct together. So now you are somehow very closely in the grip of the planet, because you have that promise, that combination in your birth chart. It is activated because of the dasha, and now transit is also validating it. Same is the way, guys, like couple of days back I did a reading for another person. In her case, she is having a Saturn return, she is a Leo Lagna, and in her case she has Saturn in the 8th house, and she has Ketu in the 1st house and Rahu in the 7th house. So now what is happening, she's gonna have Saturn return, and at the same time Ketu is also gonna come over her her 1st house, Rahu is gonna come to her 7th house. So in these kind of situation, and at the same time if you're also running the dasha, then the promise of that becomes very strong. And along with that, guys, I always say this thing, the transit of Rahu becomes very important, because look at it in this way, whatever Saturn brings in our life, it is somehow always around us. It is like test and trial, most importantly laying the foundation in a specific area of life. Like you're already working as a politician, and during the time of the Saturn, based on its strength in your chart, based on your action, your dignity of your actions and the activated dasha, it might give you a political seat. And let's say for example, if you have been involved in very questionable actions and all, Saturn can also put you in the prison as well. So all these kind of things we can attach with Saturn. It is somehow always around us. It takes time, slowly, gradually it takes us there. But the beauty of the nodal axis is it always brings something regarding which we do not have any idea, we do not have any awareness. Someone who is working as a corporate employee, and you get to know that in a passage of time, within 2 months, 3 months, now that person has become a monk. Someone who is married, now this person is chasing some entirely different goals. So all what I'm trying to say, the transit of Rahu and Ketu becomes very important, because they bring something regarding which right now we do not have any awareness, any idea about it. People claim that they can predict things connected to the 8th house, they can predict things connected to the Rahu and Ketu. If it would have been that much easy, why we say that 8th house is a hidden house? It is the house of the secrets and surprise. And same is the case with Rahu and Ketu. And guys, during this time, this will become very important, because Rahu and Ketu are gonna be in a strengthened state. Rahu in the Aquarius is considered as very strong, and Ketu in the Leo, because it has got its one of the nakshatra over there, and Ketu is connected as a hoisted flag and all. So Ketu also becomes very important. You know, that reminded me of a story. I was listening to one of the preaching of a sant, of a spiritual person. Over there he mentioned this story. So what happened, in all of our Hindu gods and all, they all have assigned a vehicle. So what happens, Lord Vishnu's vehicle, like Garud, so he once take him to the Kailash, and he was just waiting outside for the meeting to get over amongst the gods and all. And suddenly he noticed that there is a small bird, and the god of the death, Yamraj, he saw him staring at that bird, and he got curious that, oh my god, he's gonna take away the life of that little bird. Let me do something to save the life of that bird. So he looked at the times. He's like, okay, the meeting of the Lord Vishnu in the Kailash with the Lord Shiva and all, it's gonna take time. So what did he do? He take the bird in his claws, and he flies away to far away place, to a mountain, plant that bird very smartly over there, and flies back to the Kailash. And when he reaches there, the god of the death, Yamraj, comes to him and start congratulating him. Thanks, because of you, a big thing and the big task got achieved. It's like, why? What did I do? It's like, then the Lord Yamraj says that that small bird, the time of death of that bird has come, but it has been written in the destiny that that bird is supposed to die far away in that mountain. And I was just worried that time has come, but how the universe and nature is gonna take that bird far away to that mountain, and you played the role in the destiny. You did the right karma. So that's what I'm trying to say. When it comes down to Rahu and Ketu, that is one such promise which is meant to be delivered. Like the way some people say this thing that, okay, I'm gonna evade a promise, something which is there as a part of the Rahu and Ketu. So no matter what you're gonna do, even if being a psychic, being a guide, if someone is gonna come in the way, even that person is gonna become a part of that. So okay guys, after all of that philosophical notes, and before we will start our discussion, just a quick business promotion time. So if you want to get any of your astrological analysis done and all, you can see the beach apartment is very expensive, rent is very expensive, I'm just joking. So please go to the description section, book your reading. And I'm so sorry guys, LA trip I have to cancel. I'm already like refunding all the money of the deposit of people because of the fire and all. My prayers for all those people who have got affected because of that. And lastly, if you want to learn astrology, numerology, any of these occult subject through Zoom, or if you're already based in Vancouver, you want to learn it in person, please write an email to me. So okay guys, now we will start our discussion. So let's say for example guys, if this transit is taking place, and let's start first with the like if your ascendant is in itself is the Aquarius. So guys, we know this thing that Rahu's transit is always a time of the limelight which comes to you, and somehow all the Aquarian qualities, see, Aquarius is a sign which is very dear, which is very close both to the planet Saturn and the planet Rahu. The irony of the Aquarians is that no matter how intelligent they are, how humanitarian they are, like their rise, their recognition generally comes in the second half of the life. Because guys, Saturn has got a rulership over Capricorn and Aquarius. Capricorn is altogether different. With Capricorn, somehow in one way or another way, they make it very easy for them to ascend to the position of power and authority. But when it comes down to the Aquarians and all, just because they are bohemia, they are like bit eccentric and something which does not get along very well in the path of the success. That does not mean that they are not intelligent. These guys are like intelligent, philosophical. It will not be an exaggeration to say this thing that Aquarians are ahead of the time. So I mean to say, all that innovation which is happening right now, unless and until Aquarius energy is not supporting that person, that country, that field and all, it's not gonna happen. So I mean to say, for the Aquarians guys, if this is what your rising sign is and Rahu is gonna come over there, so this is going to be the time when you will get all sort of spotlight, recognition, limelight. And if you're already doing something in the domain of the Rahu, if your desires this year after like May 2025 is somehow connected with the domain of Rahu, this could be a case that you are involved in any of the scientific pursuit, any of your aspiration to settle down in a foreign land, any of the concern of the recognition or fame or something. Like for example, you are a producer, you are a director, any of your very big project is getting released next year, or this could be a case that you are starting your professional journey. Or so see, the thing is, Rahu transit from the first house is a good time for the launch pad. So in any way, if you are in that crossroad, or let's say for example you're craving for that change in the life, you feel that life has been monotonous, because hosting Saturn in the first house is not an easy energy to deal with, and you have been doing that, you have been enduring that from the past 2.5 years. So I would say guys that now this is going to be the time, if you are craving for any change, any development, any innovation and all, Rahu is gonna bring to you. So I do not know what others are gonna say on this, but if I were to say, this is going to be the beginning of a new cycle in your life, and something regarding which right now you do not have any idea, that will bloom, that will manifest in your life. Now guys, let's say for example, if in your case you have your sun being placed in the Aquarius sign. So guys, look at it in this way, sun in the Aquarius will actually, for a change, will make you humanitarian, philanthropic. You want to share your success, your recognition, your limelight with others, with the less fortunate people and all, and you do not crave for, like I would say, you do not resist, trying your hands into multiple things, different things, being open to technology, scientific pursuit and collaborative effort, because this is the one such area over where sun has to suffer, because for sun it's always about I, me, myself. Like the fire signs like Aries and the Leo and the Sagittarius is the true domain of the planet sun. But the good thing for the sun in the Aquarius is that at least it looks back to its own house, to its own sign, being in the Leo, but from the opposite. So it's always keeping an eye, like the way we say this thing, that people who want to help but still from a position of seniority. So it's a good placement, if I were to say. Now Rahu is gonna transit over it. So guys, look at it in this way, that it's actually gonna completely revolutionize your prospects of your identity, yourself. Or if you are struggling in order to blend in any group, to be a part of the collective, or you're finding difficulties in order to progress because of how to update yourself, how to adapt to the changing norm and trends and all. So Rahu's transit over here is gonna help you over there. So in order to find success, and if your definition of success right now is to revolutionize, to adapt to the changing trends and something, or even if you are like trying to become a part of the elite group, elite membership, like a hobnob, or connect with people who can actually play a pivotal role in your success, and you are finding delays, you're like the black sheep, you're not able to do that, Rahu's transit over here is gonna help you in order to achieve and attain all these things. So guys, even in those kind of cases, like if you're watching this video and same like me, if you have like 3 or 2 planets in the Aquarius sign, so the more the Rahu will start coming closer to the degrees of that planet, then you will start actually finding the result of that. So yes guys, I would not say this thing that, see, when Rahu was in the Pisces, and had you been having your sun in the Pisces, this could have created the vulnerability of defamation, scandal, entanglement to that. Rahu transit in the Aquarius, I do not get that it's gonna create problem, like it's gonna adapt or like update you as per the changing times, and the path towards success through adapting yourself, revolutionizing yourself is gonna be easy. So if I were to say, I'm not seeing your sun to be getting affected because of entanglement into scandals and something. Rather it's gonna, there's a saying we say in Hindi, it's gonna make you a rocket, that sort of adrenaline rush for a quick attainment of things, quick attainment of fame. Now that is a different case. Lot many people will be willing to compromise on their ethics, compromise on their principles, on their morals, to be famous, to be recognized. But this transit will actually change your perception in lot many ways. The methodology, the process, the technology which you are using, which needs to be adapted, especially guys, if you're connected with government, if you are like working as a doctor, physician, you have your own business. So look at it in a way that this is going to be the time for recognition, fame, and with the right use of technology, you will excel. Now guys, if you're gonna have your moon in the Aquarius sign, so guys, it is slightly vulnerable case, because as much as this transit could be good for many of the planets being placed in the Aquarius. From the moon's point of view, the only thing is that Rahu creates a lot of like, it suddenly increases your desire, it can make you go restless, anxiety, and trying to chase things and do things which are not aligned with your life purpose and all. So there's going to be slight vulnerability of that. And especially guys, even in the Aquarius, like the way, for example, if your moon nakshatra is like Dhanishta, it's still not that vulnerable. If your moon nakshatra is like Purvabhadrapada, I'm not seeing that much vulnerability. But if your moon is placed in the Rahu's nakshatra, Sadbisha, then Rahu is gonna be dancing over your head. Like, you know, so many, suddenly so many ideas, so many thoughts. And again, it's gonna expand your weakness. So let's say, for example, if you're a kind of a person like who always want to do intercourse, you want to, you know, meet different people and all, suddenly you will find that suddenly you have so many options. If you want to, you know, take lot many travels, so like whatever vices you have in your personality, it's suddenly gonna expand that, and suddenly you are amidst all those things are easily accessible to you. So do you have like control? Do you have self-restraint? So all of that will become very important. So that is the flaw side of it. But let's say, for example, you are a kind of person who is in complete control and command over the impulses, over the instincts. Then this is going to be the time of growth, of development, new sense of awareness, opportunities regarding which you would not have even dreamt of. You have no idea that, okay, can I do this? Can I reach there? Can I be a part of that? So all those things, new awareness, new opportunities are definitely gonna come. But again, guys, I want to be very honest. I want to be very clear in terms of the mental health. This is gonna be a sensitive time. A lot of the times it has been seen that, you know, overindulgence and over obsession tend to remain a matter of concern. So yes, if I were to say, all the things will be well taken care of for you. It's only your mental health which needs to be given utmost attention and care. That's all what I can say. But again, yes guys, only with the moon in the Sadbisha natives, for them I'm seeing vulnerability. Moon in the Dhanishta, this could be time for you for like fame, success, recognition. Your moon is in the Purvabhadrapada, attainment of position, like suddenly like, you know, getting that respect and honor and clearing some important exams and something. So all of that can be you know, achieved, because if you are a Aquarius moon, then that means Jupiter is a very important planet for you. Jupiter is capable enough of giving you wealth, because 2nd and the 11th both are being ruled by the Jupiter. So that means Purvabhadrapada is fine, Dhanishta is fine. Only with the Sadbisha the vulnerability comes, like your mind is gonna be restless. But again guys, if you are like a scientist or like in a scientific pursuit, this is going to be the time of invention, discovery. So again, I want to say it very clearly. Have your priorities very clear in the mind, because Rahu is gonna be that thing that, you know, someone, a poor person who, and like a kid who is all the time craving for candies. Suddenly the mom is not at home and she left the closet unlocked, and the kid ate all the candies and now the stomach got disturbed. I hope you got the gist of the story. So manage it well. But yes, new development. And see, the thing is, this has got a chance to completely change your perception, your thought process. Rahu is gonna be working on your thought process. So in certain cases, your personality, your life get changed. But in certain transit, your mindset get completely revolutionized and changed. Like in certain cases, guys, this could be a time when people will have this awareness. Why I was struck with the small thing? It's like I'm trying to get the pebbles when I can rule over the whole ocean and the whole mountain. So that kind of mindset, it can give you broader perspective and life purpose. So that is the kind of potential which is attached with it. Okay, let's move forward. Let's say, for example, if your Mars is placed in the Aquarius sign. So guys, what I have generally seen is that, and see, Elon Musk is a typical example. And oh my god, there have been like so many stories. There's one student of mine, she only asked me, Nipun, I feel Elon Musk is not a human, he's an alien. Like I was having my Tim Hortons French vanilla. I was like, what? Like, no, I feel the way he is. How can one person is responsible for running cars and the space, rockets and space exploration both at the same time with complete efficiency, and even he is advising the president as well. So what I'm trying to say, that in certain ways, again guys, look at it, this combination. This is not, I'm not talking about your Mars is in the Scorpio and Rahu's going over it, or your Mars is in the Aries or Rahu's going over it. This is a beautiful combination for the engineers and startup people, entrepreneurs like Elon Musk. I don't know from where that example came. Oh, sorry. I don't know from where that example came, but that is the best example. So I mean to say, yes, if you are connected with the fields of technology, anything tech, anything artificial intelligence, and all, this is gonna be a golden time for you. So guys, I only have good things to say. Like I mean to say, Mars in the Aquarius is and hold this capacity to be a part of the group, to be a part of the collective, and all the time working with that mindset of, you know, solving problem of other people, being logical, being analytical, being optimistic, being futuristic. And Rahu is gonna be a very beautiful blend, a beautiful add-on to this planet Mars being in the Aquarius. And also guys, this is also, I would not say this thing that it's gonna spoil your terms with your brothers, or it's gonna create confusion or any land property dispute. No, if I were to say, that's my own personal finding or observation. I personally feel that it is going to be a time of major opportunity expansion. Look at it in this way guys, Mars represents your determination, your willpower. This is what Mars represents, and you will find that once Rahu is gonna go over it, it's like, you know, that sudden explosion of the energy, and now your energy and you are not finding yourself being restricted in any way. Like you will find that a lot of the things with your own efforts can be achieved, and nothing would be better than that. If your energy, your drive right now has been focused towards some philanthropic things, some technology driven things and all, so over there major success can be achieved by people who are gonna have like any of the, like Mars being in the Aquarius and Rahu going over it. Now guys, let's say for example, if in your case your Mercury is in the Aquarius, now guys, it's amazing transit, because look at it in this way, all these things are so good in my case, but my planets are combust. See, with combust, the problem is that the planet loses out energy. Like the way we say that, the logic is very simple. Retrograde planet is like closer to the Earth, more powerful, and combust planet is like far away from the Earth. So the energy does not reach that much to that planet. So remedies becomes important. But yeah, in general guys, if you have your Mercury being placed in the Aquarius, so that in itself is a very good combination. So Mercury, which tells about your discriminatory intelligence, the way you manage your business, your self-expression, your communication, you have this capacity to with your communication cater to a large group of audience. Like when you talk, you do not talk restricted to one sect or one category of people. You are like very, what do you call that, very bohemia, very scientific, very all accommodating. That is the kind of mindset and personality you have. Like you easily get blend, your mind does not restrict you. When you talk, you do not talk very pessimistic or very restricted. So now Rahu is gonna come over it. So again guys, all the attributes of the planet Mercury, this could be your communication, your business, your relationship with your siblings, with your friends, with your sister, with your maternal aunts, all of that is gonna get revolutionized. Good thing is that guys, if you're already connected with the fields of technology, or if you are in any capacity connected with like all the Rahu domain as well, we can add Rahu as well over here. This could be technology, this could be like anything to do with the social media, anything to do with the electronic goods and something, import export nature of work. These days lot many people who are working as a like trainer, teacher, language translator, tutors, coach, all of that is somehow connected with the Rahu as well. So I would say this thing that this is gonna be time when you will see a complete revamp or revolutionized way, when your business is gonna go a complete makeover. So yes guys, I only have good things to say. So all what I can say is that do not restrict guys. Whenever like we talk about getting benefited from Rahu, it's all about going with the flow, to let Rahu work on it. because this is not the Pisces. Oh my god, being a Aries, like now Rahu completely killed my bank account. So I mean to say, Rahu's transit in the Pisces, and if in your case it has already like the Pisces energy falls in your like 6th house, 8th house, 12th house, I'm sure you would have had hard time. But now this is gonna be a very good transit. Rahu is in its best dignity, so let it work through you. Any area of life where it feels and it is giving you those thoughts in your subconsciousness that okay, I need to update, man, I need to, you know, revamp. I'm still doing it in a very orthodox, traditional, conservative way, and it's not reaping any returns. So this is going to be the time when you will see a revamp. So yes guys, a good time for you. Now guys, let's say for example, if in your case your Jupiter is placed in the Aquarius. So guys, look at it in this way, like the way I mentioned, lot many people these days are working as a coach, working as a trainer, teacher. Even if you are connected with law, you are connected with the fields of the banking, finance, investment banker and something. If you're already working in all these kind of domains and all, and along with that guys, if you have any of the philanthropic intention and all, like you know, you're working with United Nations and something, I guess there are like so many people like Doctors Without Borders and those people who serve in the war affected areas and zone and all. Even if you're working as a diplomat and something, this is gonna be a good time for you. So like the way guys, when we talk about, especially even in the matters of the international diplomacy and all, so somehow Aquarius energy plays an important role. Rahu, Saturn, Jupiter, these are the planets which plays a very important role. So now coming back to over here, so guys see, look at it in this way. Your Jupiter is placed in the Aquarius. It has got everything to do with like you are very optimistic, you are very always very hopeful for your future. Like I'm sure you would have done good education and all. So in all these areas, Jupiter has already benefited you. Like any planet in the Aquarius is very expansive, it's very futuristic, it's very pious, like always trying to be of good use to the society and the humanity and all, to be of worth, of value. Now Rahu is gonna come over it. So yes guys, I would say this thing, that especially people who are right now are chiefly working in the domain of the teaching, training and something, they will find themselves that technology is helping you. Foreign connections are now helping you. Like you are being open to too many opportunities suddenly. So all that kind of, and again guys, Jupiter in itself represents luck, your good fortune. It hardly matters which planet is your ninth lord. Individually, we say this thing that fourth house is land and everything, but Mars becomes very important because Mars also represents the same thing. Same is the way guys, in your case, Jupiter represents luck. So you will find that in order for you to attain things, achieve things, this could be, you know, accomplishing knowledge, title, position, important connection, luck will start supporting you in a very unusual kind of way. And yes guys, a lot of the potential for growth, expansion, suddenly all of that knowledge which you have, like this could be a case that, you know, I remember when this Bollywood movie came, Animal. So one of the lead singer, Arjun Valli, I guess that guy who sang that song, he mentioned he had the same song being there in the YouTube for like 5 years, hardly 1,000 views. And when that director, he came across that song, that musician's voice and all, he approached him and he said that you have to remove this song from the YouTube and you will sing it fresh for our movie, our film. And he was the overnight sensation, like, you know, views in millions, you cannot even count it now. So that's how luck support us. I guess like Justin Bieber, that's how he got discovered and all, when his mother used to upload all of his videos and all in the YouTube and all. So all what I'm saying is that if your Jupiter is in the Aquarius and Rahu is gonna come over it, please be open. And again guys, you know, especially if you have to extract results in these kind of alignments, you know, the commands which you give, you know, manifestation, affirmation, believability becomes very important. Some people have this notion, they by themselves keep on negating things. Oh, this thing will happen. Oh, I will end up with divorce. Oh, I will fail in this exam. Do not give these kind of commands in the universe, because universe is listening to it. Your body is listening to it consciously, subconsciously. So yes, a golden time. Now guys, if you have your Venus being placed in the Aquarius sign, so guys, look at it in this way. See, Venus in the Aquarius simply tells about that yes, you are a very friendly person, like in terms of luxury, in terms of your your definition of happiness is connected with helping people, science, learning, technology, all of that plays a very significant role for you. And now Rahu is gonna go over it. So guys, there's a high possibility that if you're already chiefly operating in the domain of the Aquarius or the Venus. Okay, look at it in this way. All comes down to that how much importance Venus right now is holding for you. Now, with that said, what I simply mean is that if you're already in the Venus Dasha, Venus is your ascendant lord, your moon sign lord. Like your moon and Venus are like conjunct with the in the Aquarius sign. So if Venus is important for you, you are in that age where you want to get married, or like you are in a business of Venus, like vehicles, or you have a boutique or something. So it all comes down to, first of all, how much importance Venus holds in your life, how much you need to extract results from the Venus right now. It is right now like governing or ruling any of your dasha, time period and all. And if all of that is getting applicable in your case, like you are at Taurus Lagna with your moon and Venus being conjunct in the Aquarius, you are of that age where you have to get married, or you are working as a fashion model and something, and this year only you have to sign any of the important project, important deal, you have to sign up any of the agency or something. So I mean to say, if all of that is getting applicable in your case and Rahu is gonna go over this Venus, it's definitely gonna be a golden time for you. Again guys, a lot of the foreign opportunities, a lot of the areas over where you will see that the help of the technology will actually help you in order to reach your goals. So let's say, for example, even if you are on a matrimonial lookout, so making use of those marriage apps might help you. If you're already like working as a model, designer, so during this time your social media numbers can suddenly go very high, and international collaboration, chance to travel international and all, so all of that can be attached. Again guys, look at it in this way. Rahu in certain signs like Scorpio, Rahu in like Cancer, in different signs and houses might make you vulnerable towards scandals, controversy and something. Look at it in this way. Rahu in the Aquarius is hard bent on giving you things. It actually wants to give you things. It actually wants that domain of that planet to experience the expansion. Do not be in that kind of in a rut. It wants you to come out of your cocoon and grow, spread your wings and fly. And this is what Rahu's transit over the Venus is going to help you. And guys, all what I can say is that, again, if you are trying right now to achieve anything which comes in the purview of the Venus, so stay optimistic, make use of technology and open to experiences. That's all what I can say. Now guys, let's say for example, if your Saturn is gonna be placed in the Aquarius and Rahu is gonna come over it. So yes guys, it is going to be a very good time, especially this whole combination of the planets. If you are a social worker, you are working in the fields of like oil, mining, refinery, or like engineering, construction, labor related fields and all. So if you're already working in this kind of domain and Rahu is gonna come over it, so that means it will activate a part of your destiny and those areas in your life which have been experiencing the slowdown. Guys, look at it in this way. Saturn is never in a hurry to grant us things, and the concern with the Saturn is that the major achievement through Saturn only happens in the second half of the life, when we are already tired of putting our efforts and everything. So I would say this thing, that this entry of Rahu over your this natal Saturn is gonna be a time where you will see that lot of the growth, expansion, and you will not find your ideologies, your principles to be restricting you. A lot many times what happens is that, see, Saturn in the Aquarius is a very futuristic kind of placement, but our own belief, our own ideologies start creating a hurdle or creating a wall of blockage around us, and now Rahu is gonna break that. So yes, for you to experience that growth, that expansion and all, and if you're already and chiefly working in the domain of the Aquarius Saturn. So I mentioned any of the scientific pursuit, innovation, social work, political aspiration. Like for example, if you're already you are a diplomat with this kind of alignment, and Rahu's gonna go over it. Oh my God! During this time, nature will choose you for some important landmark kind of work and all. So again guys, all it comes down to that how chiefly purely this Saturn Aquarius energy is operating through you. So if this Saturn Aquarius is there in your first house, Saturn is also active right now in the dasha, you are working as a social worker, then obviously Rahu is gonna give you and make you open to many opportunities, growth, expansion, foreign experiences and collaboration, support from there. So that is how it is gonna be working for you. But again guys, if in any area of life, especially with Saturn in the Aquarius, you are feeling and finding the slowdown, Rahu is gonna speed up the things for you, and there are gonna be multitude of the experiences which your life will witness. Now guys, let's say for example, if in your case your Rahu is gonna placed in the Aquarius, so that means you're like 18 years of the age, or you're like 36 years of the age. So that simply means that you're gonna have this return, you're gonna have Rahu return. So yes guys, beyond any doubt, this is gonna be a very amazing, beautiful time for you. This is a time when you will see that, it's always like Rahu and Ketu return is always seen as a time of growth and expansion. But again guys, it all comes down to in which capacity you're gonna utilize it. Like for example, if you're of 18 years of the age, and if you fall in the category of deluded and confused kind of teenager or adolescent age person, you are just obsessed with latest things in the fashion, hanging out with people, sneaking out, drinking, and going out and dating and all. So if you are already lost, I will not say the lost cause, but you're not in the right path. Or let's say for example, even at the 36 years of the age, you're already depressed, not happy with your life, already thinking about that and complaining that I'm in the wrong field, I'm in the wrong job, I'm just sick and tired of doing the same thing, I have fallen into a rut. Because let's say for example, Rahu only support and kind of grants major and big things to people. Are you that visionary? Are you that ambitious? Or are you kind of person who just is contented with whatever and wherever you are? So if you're a kind of person who wants to outgrow your life, wherever you are right now, you are stuck there and you're working hard consistently, repeatedly, and you just want to grow. You want to outgrow your current prevailing circumstances which is not supporting you bloom to your full potential. This could be because of the nagging of your bosses, nagging of your parents, and all that kind of restrictions being laid out around you. So this return is gonna actually create a new path for you, a new line of awareness for you. Again guys, I just did a reading for this person only. Many things are dependent on what kind of dashas and how things are getting overlapped. I did a reading for this lady in the morning, Gemini Lagna. In her case, she's gonna have this Rahu Ketu return in her 9th house. So imagine Jupiter being well placed, and within Jupiter she is in the moon antardasha. Moon is exalted in the 12th house, and ascendant lord Mercury is there, like Gemini Lagna, ascendant lord Rahu and Mercury are there in the 9th house. And now Rahu return is gonna happen, and her dashas are also running fortunate, and she by herself is thinking about her major question when she booked her reading was that I want to enroll for a new course, I want to invest in a new business, in a new profession and something. So see, all what matters is that if everything is happening in the cosmos, how we are, our antenna, how much are we extracting it, where we are in the life, what is the kind of dasha we are going through. So it's a blend of everything. So all what I can say is that for you guys, this is gonna be a time, if you're 18 years old, you are 36 years old, this is gonna be time for you where if you are seeking for some growth, more opportunities, and like the way I mentioned, to outgrow your current prevailing circumstances. This is not gonna be time for you to complain. Look at it in this way guys, if you have like Rahu in this kind of alignment, this year Rahu with in the being in the Aquarius is gonna be forming a trine connection with the Jupiter in the Gemini as well. So air signs in any case are very strengthened, and over and above that your Rahu is like you're gonna have a Rahu return. So that means new ideas, new opportunities, collaboration, opportunity to travel, make friends, learn new things. So many things can be manifested this year. But all what matters is that are you a dreamer or not? Because only if you know how to encash and extract and capitalize with Rahu, it can actually fulfill all of your wishes. And the way I mentioned this thing at the beginning of this video, Rahu transit has got more to do with experiencing things which right now we do not know that we are capable of. We can actually manifest that, because Saturn is gonna do the work and give you something regarding which you are like sweating, working hard from past so many years. Saturn is gonna come there. Okay, my child, you are doing a lot of social work, you want to help people. Okay, let me give you a political seat. Now you have a power to do your job in a more structured way. But Rahu is gonna bring suddenly something regarding which you do not have any idea. Oh my god, I can do this. Oh my god, can this be achievable? So that's how Rahu works. Now guys, if you have your Ketu being in the Aquarius and Rahu's gonna go over it, so it's like an inverse kind of stage. I recently made a video on that. So that means from the 18 add like 9 more years, so like you are 27 years of the age, or with 36 add like more 9 years, you're like close to 45 years of the age. And if this inversion is happening for you, but again guys, see, look at it in this way. Yeah, this is a kind of a turmoil kind of situation, but just because Rahu is not in a state of affliction, so look at it in this way, that yes, you will find that suddenly my mindset is that I also want to work in the fields of technology. I also want to help people. I also want to be famous. But Ketu, Rahu are polar opposite to each other, right? You might be working with a specific mindset. You might be working with a specific plan. And suddenly Rahu is gonna, kind of create confusion. I would not say revolutionize it, but yes, that is the only reason. The inversion is always a time of like a reversal of the cycle and circumstances and all. And lot many people find them to be confused. And if you remember, when I made that video, I mentioned this thing, which I got to know from one of my senior astrology friend. He said this thing that Rahu Ketu inversion is like when your future meets the past to change your current. So lot many things which you have sown in the past in a very esoteric, mysterious way comes in front of us, and they gonna have an impact in changing our current circumstances. So a lot is dependent on what you have sown in the past, because that is only what will come in front of you. But again guys, don't be skeptical. Rahu in the Aquarius is strengthened, so this axis is reversed for you. But still, Rahu is gonna revolutionize and help you achieve things. If you are intuitive, if you are spiritual, you do not like to take shortcuts in order to achieve things, attain things. But this is where the beauty of the Rahu is, that it will suddenly create that illusion around you. I still remember, I guess this is what the story of the Venus, like Shukracharya and Devguru Brahaspati is, that once Shukracharya he went to Brahaspati and he asked him to teach him certain things. He said no. He suddenly did something, and now Brahaspati for a while he got deluded. He started drinking, he started doing all the things, and later on when he got his awareness, he got to know that okay, the Venus stole something from me. So he put me in that wheel of illusion and made me indulgent, which is not my true nature. So yes guys, all what I can say is that this is gonna be a time when a lot many things which are not in your control, were not a part of your plan, will suddenly come in front of you, which will only be responsible for creating confusion. And a lot of that which you have already earned or you have already sown in the past will come suddenly in front of you. So yes, be open to experiences. That's all what we can say from Rahu's perspective. When we are going to have a discussion from Ketu's point of view for the Leo, then watch that part as well. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. धन्यवाद.